The new Italian government is under a lot of pressure, and I think that pressure only can be relieved if once and for all the European member states will show solidarity and find a European solution. So I think the situation in Italy can only change if the whole European Union is changing and supporting these states much more. After my short arrest in June, there was a perceived shift of attention on this issue, on what is happening at our common European borders. But I hope that this interest will translate into some real changes.
I'm Marco Villesci from Italian website front page. As you know, in Italy there is a new government now. Matteo Salvini is not the interior minister anymore. Do you feel that something can change with this new government?
If anything can change in Italy, I think depends on the EU as a whole, because I think the election of in any member state of the far right into parliament shows that there is anything wrong or something wrong with the democracies in general. In the case of Italy and also the other states at the southern European border have been left alone with the influx of refugees over the last years. The new Italian government is under a lot of pressure, and I think that pressure only can be relieved if once and for all the European member states will show solidarity and find a European solution, which need to come to a better agreement of the distribution of refugees, ideally, of course, to a complete change of the Dublin III regulations. So I think the situation in Italy can only change if the whole European Union is changing and supporting these states much more. I hope that what comes out of the negotiations currently taking place will be some real improvement and not just a mixed bag, making it even more difficult for people like me and many organizations to carry out solidarity and to help people who are in danger of their lives. And of course, we would welcome an EU mission in the Mediterranean Sea, because now at the moment there are very few ships and the relative death rates are as high as never.
One of the ideas of the Italian government is to propose a new code of conduct for NGOs, similar to the one Sea-Watch signed in last years. Do you think that this could be a good solution?
I'm quite willing to sign a code of conduct, but this code of conduct has also to include rules for the European states and for the European Union as such, because at the moment we have a situation in which quite often also European assets do not prioritize a rescue in the sense of the international law, which means to bring the people to a port of safety. But instead, we have experienced that a lot, that the handling of information about a distress case is not done in the sense of the people in distress, but in the sense of a European Union that rather wants to let the people drown at the spot on the Mediterranean Sea where they are, instead of them reaching a European shore. So they prioritize the Libyan Coast Guard to pick them up and bring them back to the torture camps in Libya, and that's absolutely unacceptable. So what we need, if we want to have a code of conduct, we need to include in this code of conduct that also the European assets have to do everything in their power, as it is anyway their duty under international law, to ensure that the safe rescue takes place as soon as possible and that the people are disembarked in a port of safety. And that does not only apply to search and rescue vessels by NGO, that applies to any actor on the Mediterranean Sea, that applies to merchant vessels, that applies to warships, everyone that is around.